I'm here with Sydney FC coach Steve Corica ahead of another Beyond Blue Cup against Melbourne Victory. Steve, it's so important for you to be on top of the players' physical health, but also it's really important, isn't it, to be really there and helping and supporting them with their mental health?
Yeah, extremely. I think that's the most important thing these days, to make sure their mental health is in the right order. For them to be in physical condition to play games, it's an important role. I think we have the physical side, the tactical side, the technical side as well in football. I think in the last 2-3 years we've also brought in someone. He's more emotional intelligence. Mike Conway, we've had him come into the club to help out with this situation for their mental health, and if we can help these boys out in any way. Sometimes they don't want to speak to the coach, they might want to speak to someone else, and he's there for that reason, to help them out if they have any problems that they don't want to speak to me about. And I think it's an important role for him and for the club that we try and look after these players.
And I imagine that just having him there, it's been really beneficial for everyone around the club.
Well, it's been very successful 3 years at the times that he's been here as well, so I think he's played a major part in that. And it's an important role, I think, to make sure these players are in a great condition, especially mentally, and it's an important role as well for the Big Blue this weekend against Melbourne Victory. So we have it every year and it's a great cause. Okay, Brad, I've got a question for you as well.
Yes.
Why is it so important to talk about mental health?
It's important because we're sharing something. My mum would often say, a problem shared is a problem halved. So sometimes we can get so caught up in our own thoughts that we need that perspective, and we need to be able to talk to people that can help us. And if we are struggling, or maybe they're struggling, they can help point us in the right direction. Maybe they'll advise us to go and see our GP, and maybe then we'll go and see a mental health professional. But what we do know is we're not doing ourselves any favours by bottling things up. We all have stuff that we have to deal with in regards to our mental health, and what is really important by having conversations is that we are aware that mental health is a part of life, just like a physical illness. Mental illnesses are there, they happen, they're common, and it's really important to get the help you need, because there are so many wonderful programs and organisations like Beyond Blue that are there to help. And in so many cases, so many conditions are treatable. So get out there and get the help you need.
Fantastic. We can talk about physical injuries, but why can it be difficult to speak openly about our mental health?
For too long, we've perceived to have a stigma surrounding mental health, which is, I think, ludicrous, because if you run a bit hard, because you're getting on a bit now.
Yeah, I am, definitely.
I'm a bit older than Steve, that's right. But at our age, or any age, if you go a bit hard physically, you know why you're in pain. But I think the really scary thing is, when it comes to mental health, we might wake up and we're really suffering, and it could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be so many different things. But we don't know why. And yet some people still perceive it to be a weakness. There's no weakness whatsoever. But what is important is we acknowledge that it's not a weakness, and there are people out there that can help. So bit by bit, through organisations like Beyond Blue and the great association that we have with Sydney FC, we are continuing this conversation surrounding mental health, because talking about mental health really is the game changer. Steve, great to chat to you ahead of the Beyond Blue Cup. I might be from Melbourne, but having met you and the guys today, I couldn't be more impressed. May the best team win, and all the very best.
Thank you, Brad.